friends, students. My name is Mark Harris, and I'm the proud principal at A.Y. Jackson Secondary School. It's my pleasure to welcome you here today for this important Youth Take Charge announcement. Let me also extend a special warm welcome to Mrs. Harper. On behalf of A.Y. Jackson, we're thrilled you could join us today, and now I'd like to invite you to the podium to begin the proceedings.
Thank you for that introduction, Mark. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and students who are here too. It is my pleasure to join Minister Moore and Councillor Hubley for this very important announcement. Recent tragic events have highlighted the very serious consequences of bullying and cyberbullying. Our youth need access to resources to prevent these tragedies from occurring. Our kids now face pressures that really didn't exist when I was growing up in Turner Valley, Alberta. So I think sometimes as parents it's very hard to help our children because their experiences are so different than anything we can't deal with our own experiences to help our children. I think that's a very scary as a mother. I think that's very scary. This is a cause that is near and dear to my heart and that of my husband's. I've recently been involved with the Canadian Centre for Child Protection in launching a website to help kids and parents deal with unwanted images online and peer exploitation. My husband has also met with the families of Ritalia Parsons and Amanda Todd, among others, to discuss how to educate and prevent further tragedies from happening. I'm proud to be here today to further support the government's commitment to protecting children and teens. Without further ado, let me introduce James Moore. He's a proud British Columbian and a champion for the arts, culture, history, and official languages of our country. He has also made it a priority to reach out to young people and to promote ways to make them feel more connected to their communities. Youth Take Charge, which you see here on the podium, is a Government of Canada program that works to strengthen those connections. Please welcome the Minister of Canadian Heritage and Official Languages, the Honourable James Moore.
Thank you, and thank you very much, Principal, for having us here. And thank you to everybody here at A.Y. Jackson. I'm very pleased to be here for a very important topic, but a difficult one, the one for which I think people from all across this country can rally together, and that's the protection of our kids from those who want to do them harm. Mrs. Harper, I'm incredibly thrilled that you could join us here this morning. As you mentioned, you've been involved in national campaigns on cyberbullying and bullying of our kids, and your hard work in the needhelpnow.ca campaign was widely recognized across the country. This is an online campaign to provide resources to support kids who are facing bullying, but also to help parents and teachers and students, all of whom need access to resources in order to fight back against those who would target our children. And also I want to thank in particular Councillor Allan Hubley for being here. We are touched that you've joined us here this morning out of your busy schedule. You've been an incredibly strong representative for the people of Kanata South, but more than that, the work that you've done and that your family has done in honor of your son to stand up to those who would do our children harm by supporting anti-bullying initiatives is a demonstration of leadership for which I know all of us are proud, but for which you should feel a tremendous sense of pride yourself. The context of today's announcement is something that concerns us all. In the past few months, and indeed years, communities across this country, including this one, have been deeply affected by tragedies related to bullying, cyberbullying, and intimidation. And there are far too many tragedies. People know the story of Jamie Hubley. People also know the story of Amanda Todd from my hometown in Port Coquitlam, who at 15 years old was bullied into committing suicide. If we do nothing, it will lead to the death of children. Doing nothing leads to the death of children. Ne rien faire a mener à la mort d'enfants. It can't be said more plainly nor more accurately than that. And sadly, we know that the heartbreaking inspiration as a country, our best source of inspiration, is in fact the young people who are speaking out and taking action themselves and taking positive steps to look after each other and to find solutions. Je suis ravi que notre plus grande ressource d'inspiration est, en fait, les jeunes qui sortent de leur silence, prennent sous l'un l'autre et l'un des autres et trouvent des solutions pour eux-mêmes. Leur honnêteté et leur courage me donnent espoir. Your honesty and courage gives all Canadians hope. So our government is pleased to support a project that focuses on helping young people take action, helping youth to take charge. Today, we are announcing funding to partner with the Canadian Red Cross Society for its Stand Up to Bullying and Discrimination project. As a result of this project, 2,400 young people from across the country will be trained to deliver anti-bullying workshops in their communities, and each facilitator will commit to reaching another 20 young people. That's 48,000 young Canadians helping each other to deliver special events, educational opportunities in their communities to take action against bullying. This project will also support 3 youth-led forums across the country that will empower young people by bringing them together to take action. Youth helping youth against those who would do them harm. Altogether, this project will encourage more than 50,000 young people across Canada take leadership roles in combating bullying. They will become leaders themselves, leaders in their schools, leaders in their communities, leaders in their own organizations, and they will help create safer environments for themselves, for their peers, and for others who face bullying. Like Jamie, Hubley, like Amanda Todd, people who get bullied because maybe they're gay, or because they look different, or people think that they look different, and they suffer in anonymity, and they need people to stand with them to fight back against those who torment them. Ils deviendront, ces jeunes, des leaders dans leurs écoles, leurs organismes, leurs communautés. Ils aideront à rendre leurs milieux les plus sécuritaires pour eux-mêmes, leurs pairs et leurs concitoyens. Notre gouvernement est heureux de soutenir les efforts de la Croix-Rouge consacrés à former des jeunes leaders. Our government is pleased to support the Red Cross and its efforts to develop these young leaders, and we also work with many other partners in both public and private sectors to address the problems of bullying and cyberbullying. Many of our efforts are, like this project, focused on prevention. Several are funded by the National Crime Prevention Centre, which has also developed a variety of tools in order to fight back against bullying. A number of federal programs and websites also provide valuable resources and information about online safety, bullying, and related health issues. Deal.org, getcybersafe.gc.ca, cybertip.ca. These are just some of the websites that are out there. Young people, schools, and families and communities need to know about these resources to help them and to make sure that they know that these resources are available to their peers so that we can all fight back. But while the youth are doing their part, and while governments can partner with them, and while the Red Cross is doing their part, of course we all need to do our part. And as a new father myself, I also understand the importance that parents, we all need to do our part as well to protect our kids. And it's not just to stand up and speak out when we know our kids are being bullied, but it's also to stand up sometimes when our kids are doing the bullying and they don't appreciate the consequences of their actions, and making sure that we all do our part to making sure that our whole community is safe for all of our kids. Les jeunes, les personnels enseignants, les familles et les communautés doivent connaître les ressources, l'aide et les programmes à leur disposition que voulons faire tous pour nous aider. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say again a special thank you to Allan Hubley, to A.Y. Jackson School, to Mrs. Harper, to the youth leaders of this country, to the Red Cross, to the private sector, all of us coming together. There's nothing, I think, more noble nor more decent than standing up for kids who need help, for a father who lost his child at a very, very young age because of this terrible tragedy. All of us coming together, taking this energy and focusing it on the most decent of things we can all do, which is defending our kids against those who would do them harm. Thanks to all of you for coming together, for supporting these initiatives. It means the world. And for all those kids who are helped, we're here to get your back, to ensure that you have a bright future in the greatest country in the world to call home, which is Canada. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Minister Moore. I know that many young people in our community, like many across the country, will benefit from this great youth-led project. Next, we'll hear from Leslie Dunning, who's the Director General of Violence and Abuse Prevention with the Canadian Red Cross. Ms. Dunning?
Thank you very much, Principal Harris, and thank you all for joining us here today. Bullying and discrimination among Canada's young people is increasingly recognized as a critical issue. And I'm especially thankful to be here today for this announcement, Minister Moore, and to be able to share it with our partners in schools and youth-serving organizations across the country. I'm also very moved, Councillor Hubley, that you're here with us today. And Mrs. Harper, thank you also for being here and for your personal interest in creating safer environments for our children and youth. The impact that discrimination and bullying are having on our children and youth, especially the reported damage caused by cyberbullying through the misuse of social media, is devastating. Bullying and discrimination, wherever or however they occur, and they cut across all social, all economic, and all cultural groups, and they're a grim reality for too many Canadians. Bullying, much of which is based on discrimination, has serious consequences for everyone involved, and that includes the person that is bullying, the people that are targeted, and the bystanders who witness the bullying. Anxiety, depression, substance misuse, suicide, criminal behavior, and poor physical health have all been linked to bullying. And victims of bullying report a loss of interest in school activities, more absenteeism, lower quality schoolwork, and a decline in grades and in class attendance. Putting an end to bullying and discrimination cannot be achieved through a single event. It happens by creating a culture in which youth and adults understand and support the creation and maintenance of safe environments for all. Bullying prevention education and access to information about creating safe environments free of violence and abuse contribute to positive behavior changes and reduce bullying among young people. Today's funding announcement by Minister Moore will allow the Canadian Red Cross to expand its bullying prevention programming through youth-led initiatives to prevent bullying and discrimination. As the largest youth-serving organization in the country, the Canadian Red Cross considers youth engagement and leadership an essential part of our work. The Youth Take Charge Stand Up to Bullying and Discrimination project will allow more than 50,000 young people across the country to play a leadership role in the prevention of bullying and discrimination. Youth will be trained to deliver workshops and also engage in educational activities and the organization of special events and will take action against bullying and discrimination. They will also have the opportunity to connect with each other, as involvement in social media will be a component of the program. This initiative will increase self-esteem of program participants, will contribute to the development of caring and respect for others. It will build skills and commitment of young people to be involved and encourage others to take part and make their schools, their communities, and their organizations better places to live, learn, work, and play. Canadians of every age, background, and gender must work together to reduce bullying and discrimination. We all need to be kinder, more respectful, and more appreciative of diversity. As adults, we need to model appropriate behaviors. As organizations, we need to support young people in their efforts to make a difference, and we need to provide environments where they can flourish. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your individual and your organizational efforts to bring an end to bullying and discrimination in Canada. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dunning. Now I'd like to invite Aaron DeYoung, a PhD candidate and youth peer facilitator, to come and say a few words.
Thank you for having me this morning. I'd like to share with you my experiences with the Canadian Red Cross Respect Ed program. I began volunteering for the Red Cross in 2006 when I was in grade 10 in high school. And my guidance counselor sought me out and 9 other of my peers to do a 2-day Beyond the Hurt youth facilitator training. And the training was very fun, it was emotional, and it was interactive, but most importantly, the training provided us with empowerment and with energy and excitement to permeate our school and our community with the knowledge and the information with which we were equipped. We soon began to do presentations at our school to younger students, older students, community members, and we were fueled by the small measures of change that we would feel and experience whenever a younger student, for example, would approach one of us seeking guidance or resources on situations of bullying that they were experiencing. My involvement as a youth facilitator was very meaningful to me, not only because of the friends I made, because of the information I acquired, the knowledge I acquired, and the experiences that it provided, but also because of the way that these friends, information, and experiences shaped my perspective of the world. I remember spending several hours, lunch hours, with my trainer, the wonderful lady who trained me in Beyond the Hurt, and soaking up wisdom from her, just pestering her with endless questions about her involvement with the Canadian Red Cross, about the program, about her university degrees, because I knew that this training that I went through was life-changing for me. And I wanted to be a part of being able to have other young people experience that also. My first year of university, when I transitioned out of my role as a youth facilitator in high school, I was very fortunate to stay active with the Canadian Red Cross through occasional speaking opportunities. And eventually I transitioned into the role of a Respect Ed trainer. Through this position, I've been able to experience the blessing of working in both elementary and high schools with young people, often in the Beyond the Hurt program. Each young person I work with has a story to tell. Each young person I work with has valuable experiences. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I have to pay it forward by encouraging, guiding, and mobilizing these young people to stand up to bullying, to speak out against injustice, and to show compassion and empathy to all those around them. As I stand before you today, I can honestly tell you that the Respect Ed program by the Canadian Red Cross has been life-changing for me. I can look back at my experiences from grade 10 to now, and I can see myself transform from a young girl who had low self-esteem and who had few friends into the young woman standing before you today who is proud to tell you that I have goals and dreams much larger than I did when I was in grade 10. I have goals and dreams of shaping this social world into a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Erin. And now to introduce our final speaker, Allan Hubley, who's the City of Ottawa Councillor for Kanata South. Councillor Hubley has a long history of community service, which led to Allan being named Ottawa's Citizen of the Year in 2007 and receiving the Caring Canadian Award from the Governor-General in 2008. Much of Councillor Hubley's work in the community has been in support of youth, often hosting community fairs, social events, and celebrations of the contributions of youth to our society. After the loss of his son James in 2011 to suicide as a result of suffering from depression and bullying, Councillor Hubley and his family have helped raise the level of awareness on teen mental health and anti-bullying initiatives locally, nationally, and internationally. He's been a big supporter of the Red Cross and other agencies who serve our communities, and we're very appreciative to have him here with us today.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Thank you for all the speakers. My sincere appreciation to Minister Moore for inviting me to join you today for this very important announcement, and for Mrs. Harper for not only attending today, but all that you do every day to help our young people. I'm going to tell a very short story. I love storytelling. So Mrs. Harper and I went to the Youth Services drop-in center for teens, and she found out that they needed egg cartons. It was a couple weeks later, she was at the door with egg cartons for the Youth Services Bureau. She actually follows up on what she learns and does help kids every day. And Friday we milk cows together, but that's another story. I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely commend the Harper government, Minister Moore, and the Canadian Red Cross for supporting and implementing such an important and timely project. My thanks to Mr. Harris for hosting this event and all he has done personally to create a safe school environment. The Stand Up to Bullying and Discrimination initiative has a proven record of increasing public awareness of the growing problem of bullying. Here in our community, the Red Cross works closely and successfully with the group No More Bullies campaign, started by Stuntman Stu, Tricia, and Angie, providing guidance and tools for our young people to address bullying and discrimination. Erin, that you heard from earlier, was a big part of that, and that's where I first met you, and you are really changing the world already, and I really, you're one of my heroes. Now, Mr. Harris and groups across Canada, like our J Crew here at AY, will have more resources to further their anti-bullying work. Today's announcement answers our prayers and wishes to enable more people to receive this help quickly. I thank you personally, Minister Moore, for coming here to my community to make this important announcement. Bullying is a serious concern for many Canadian families and communities. I personally appreciate the Prime Minister's call to action on bullying and believe many families share my view that actions like this announcement today is what we need to be successful. Canadians such as my family have paid too high a price and want meaningful progress before other families must carry the burden of losing someone special like my boy Jamie, who only wanted a safer community for everyone. It's only through prevention, education, and awareness raising across our wonderful country that we can actively promote healthy relationships for today's youth and, in fact, people of all ages. With the help of the Red Cross and other frontline workers, we can create hope for a better day. We are all aware of the events that highlight the negative impact that bullying, abuse, and harassment have on the lives of young Canadians. I thank our Canadian media for getting the discussion started on the issue of bullying, but there will only be more losses if we do not act as one community to protect our children. We cannot expect someone else to solve this issue for us. Success will take each of us doing our part. By supporting young people to become leaders in their schools and communities through programs like this, we will create safer places and communities for everyone. Let's join together and say it's time to turn bullying on its head and provide youth the necessary resources to promote healthy relationships. It's time to say no to the internet being a place that causes harm, and it's time to use the internet to create positive change. I encourage everyone to spread the word, tell a friend, tell family members. Let's be respectful of each other online and in person. This project will help many young Canadians experience the positive benefits that result from greater respect for one another in all aspects of daily life. That was Jamie's wish for everyone, and I hope it can be your wish as well. I want to share one story from the heart as well. My late father-in-law used to tell me when we talked about big jobs, he would say, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. And today, Minister Moore, I think you just announced 48,000 steps towards the end of this problem, so thank you. I want to thank everyone for your time and helping to inform our youth that there is going to be hope for a better day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Hubley, for your inspirational words. We're very grateful to have you with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's event. Thank you once again for coming, and on behalf of the Ottawa District School Board, we appreciate your time and all the efforts that all the various groups and organizations that spoke this morning are making towards solving a very complex social dynamic. So thank you very much, everyone.